Hola Shakers! Welcome to the next lesson in our Getting Started with Raspberry Shake for Educators. Um, and in this lesson we will go through navigating the Raspberry Shake network. What does the data that you forward when you click that data forwarding tab on the rs.local page, where does it go? What happens? How does that then transfer to Station View and EQ View and Swarm and all of the data processing and the Raspberry Shake network, the global citizen science powered Raspberry Shake seismic network. How does that all work? And we want to help you understand that. And let's get started. The easiest way to understand the Raspberry Shake network is with our station view. Now you can click on station view and it will open up to this map of all of our stations that we have in the world, forwarding data at this moment. Now there are nearly 1,000 shakes forwarding data, which is a really exciting thing. But this is a visual representation of the Raspberry Shake network. There are stations, and if you click on a station, it will show you the last 10 minutes of live data, the ground motion data, and like acceleration and velocity. And it will actually let you download the instrument response as well. And each of these Raspberry Shakes is owned and operated by a shaker like you. They have gone in, selected that data forwarding tab, and gone in, chosen exactly where their shake is located, and then and saved and restarted their shake. And now our network, this network of nearly 1,000 seismographs is forwarding data. Now, what happens to this data? So the first thing is it comes back to Station View, and Station View is a really cool. They put the location and the last 10 minutes of data of each station that's forwarding data. So you can see that here. You can just really, it's a really cool visualization. You can go in and find your Raspberry Shake. Like if I wanted to come find mine that is at my house in Panama, I can do that here. And hey, look, there it is. Looks like a car drove by a couple minutes ago. So that's one of the really cool functionalities. Now, the even more exciting and really useful functionalities of our network and how the big difference that it makes is actually in our EQ view. Now, RS EQ view. And that is post-processing of the data. So we are a seismic network. And what seismic networks do is they receive all of this data from a whole bunch of different seismograph stations, and they can then use algorithms and different equations and coding processes to actually identify earthquake signatures on the different stations, and then communicate with other stations to make sure that this actually was an earthquake. They can identify the different waves that the earthquake has and actually triangulate the earthquake and identify the magnitude of the earthquake just all automatically, all in an earthquake processing software. And every single Raspberry Shake does that, and the results of that post-processing is EQ view. These are all of the earthquakes that the Raspberry Shake network has identified in, I think, the last 7 days, all events last week. And that is really, really cool. Your seismic network is helping the whole world. Your Raspberry Shake station is helping the whole world have a better, more dense seismic network, a way to identify and be aware of earthquakes that are happening in their area. Like, for example, we have a really dense station view in here here near Oklahoma kind of area, Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas. If you come over here and look, that's one of the best places that we locate small earthquakes, is in the Oklahoma area. And same with California. We have really high density of stations in California. So what you can see there is the more dense the network is in a certain area, increases the capability of identifying earthquakes with our processing software. Now that's really cool, and this is it's a really awesome thing to explain to your students, is how this works and what the real impact of having a seismograph in your classroom can do for the greater global community. And that's EQView. Now let's get into Swarm a little bit. And Swarm is another recipient of every single station data, every single station's data that is on StationView, that is forwarding data, goes up to our servers. And one of the places we resend that data to is the Swarm program. And watch the next video to understand, the video below this one, to understand more about what Swarm is, how to download it. But when you download it, you have these different data sources, and the RS community is actually connecting, and it's getting data from our servers and gives us access to every single Raspberry Sage station that you see on StationView. And that's nearly 1,000 stations. That's really, really, really cool. So I am going to go to a station that I know here in Panama, and that I know will have really nice, beautiful data for us. And that is right here. This guy. Now this one's real close to me in Panama. And we can make it, oh no, it's going kind of slow for me here. I don't know. There we go. Let's try that again. Here we go. So this is a local station here in Panama. And as you can see, there are all of these stations that you can receive this data from. And you can receive the helicorder data. These are and I think it's a really long time that you can go in history as well. It's at least a few weeks, probably more. I don't have that number off the top of my head, but a cool functionality is you can see this, and look at this. Here's an awesome earthquake that looks like it just happened last night, maybe. And that's a beautiful earthquake signature. If I come over here to spectrogram, I can see this nice earthquake happening, which is really cool functionality. But one of the coolest things is you can also see the location, and that location you can see on this map, on this little globe icon down at the bottom of here, and I'll zoom out and you'll see that, oh look where that is, that's right in Panama. So there's that globe function, and you can also see all of the other stations that are close to R2F1. So if I want to see this earthquake but 20 kilometers away, I can open up this station, this SF4A15, and it'll show me that station here. I open this helicorder, and I bet I can see the exact same earthquake. It looks like it's right up here. Does that look like an earthquake to you? That sure does. Exact same earthquake, but it looks different. And that is because it is first 20 kilometers away, so that makes a big difference in the signal, but also could have to do with the other noise that's around it, a whole bunch of different things. And that can be a really cool topic of conversation with your students, is why do these same earthquake signatures look different? How do things vary with time or distance away? How much do waveforms change? How is the physics of the waves traveling through different materials affect the wave? These are all really cool topics to talk about with your students, which you can do with this really cool Raspberry Shake network that we have. So that's just a brief introduction to our servers and how our servers are forwarding data to all sorts of different functionalities. And you have access as a Raspberry Shake user and as a Raspberry Shake educator to use all of these that are at your disposal to help teach your students. I hope that clarified and help some understanding in this really cool process of how the Raspberry Shake forwards its data. We look forward to seeing you in the next video, and please keep shaking.